I found it. Took me forever. Took me forever. I'm about 15 minutes from Kentucky. But I'm at the Serpent Mound. And it's claimed it was built by Indians. I found a guy on YouTube who says his great-great-grandfather built it. Bullshit. They dug up this area and found people 7 to 12 foot tall. Hundreds of skeletons. 7 to 12 foot tall. That's amazing. But of course they can't say that because that would fuck up the Darwin theory that we're getting bigger and smarter as the years go on, which is not accurate. There's a quote you can find by Abraham Lincoln as he's doing an address at Niagara Falls, and as he speaks he says, "As we gaze upon these falls, as the many giants that lived here, that were unearthed all over the valleys, Ohio, Virginia, I mean all over the place." I mean, me and my ex went up to the American Stonehenge up in New Hampshire. And that was all built by giants, and they unearthed giants all over the place. Red hair. And when they first got here, they asked the Indians who built this, and they were like, "They were here when we got here, brother. We didn't do it." But that doesn't fit this, you know, the history that we're given. That's all bullshit. And the more I travel and seek it out, the more I see for myself that it's all bullshit. Excuse me, I have allergies that I never had before. My whole family's got allergies apparently. Never had them before. My father's 68 years old. Never had allergies. I would have to say it's the shit they're spraying. So these are them. There's an aerial platform. I think I'm going to get up there. I got a little gas. I've been eating freeze-dried food. I'm recording this on my iPhone, so I don't want to shut it off because it'll be like 15 different videos. You gotta love chemtrails. Wow, this is big. There's one person I really wish was with me, but she took her own path. While I was driving, I saw a shitload of military vehicles in a convoy, shitloads. Generator, water, and electronic sonar crowd disbursement machines trailered behind Humvees, and tons of German-made troop carriers. Just a little side note. Oh, these are steep and wet. Sorry, but I don't know how to edit on my iPhone, so if you want to see this, shut up and put up with me. This is really, really big. Really, really big. What it does is it mimics one of the constellations. I think it's Drago. The funny thing is you can only see it properly from the air. You'd have to be floating above this in a helicopter to take it in for what it is, you know? I don't know what the significance of that is. I think they're just throwing that in there because I don't see any marker stones that are almost always on earthworks. And this has been here for a bazillion years. According to the map I was following, it was only supposed to be 32 miles off of a road. I've been on some Sister Marion pet raping country road for 50 miles. Which is odd. Ohio Brush Creek hiking trail. This is really big. I mean, I am walking. It's an enormous. I think this is the biggest earthwork in the U.S. that they can identify. You know what I mean? That hasn't been destroyed or dug up or vandalized. Sorry. It's funny too. I mean, the other day, a couple weeks ago, I should say, I'm at work talking to somebody, and I swear to God, the chemtrailing the shit out of the sky. I felt something hit the back of my throat. The next day, I had a sore throat in that exact spot. Ever since then, my lungs have been for shit. This is really big. All this hill is it. And what it is an incredibly long serpent that ends with an egg in its mouth. Now, if you've seen 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you'll see in one scene out of that creepy show is a snake with an egg in its mouth. It has some esoteric meaning that escapes me right this moment, but you guys are smart. Look at the fuck up. So this is the end of it, I see. This has never been dug up. Some little viewing platform. It's fucking 7 o'clock at night. Let's see what the view bears. Just a view. I'm in the hills, like I said. Kentucky's right down the street. I think I'm within 15 miles of Kentucky. Maybe I can grab some chicken. I'm just kidding. Another little side note, they changed the name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC because they no longer actually use chicken. It's GMO product. It's a genetically modified chicken because, you know, the creator of all things that they're trying desperately to destroy didn't know what it was doing when it gave us every single thing we needed to live on this planet. You know me. Stay on the path. Path that leads to... I don't even know. I give up. I give up. Now, there's a reason for this. See, back in the day, I mean, this is, I guarantee you this is thousands years prior BC. Thousands. I don't give a shit about the bullshit story of the Indian guy's grandfather doing it. No, they didn't. They didn't have time like this. They didn't have leisure. They spent all their time preparing, hunting, fighting off illnesses with no remedies, you know what I mean? To sit around and recreate something like this. And again, this is a constellation. This is the constellation. I'm going to bet my left nut that it's Drago. And this lines up perfectly with it. No GPS. No advanced tools. These are the same guys. If you look into it a little bit, they found giants all over the planet. They're in the Bible. And they found them all over the place. They ended up at the British Museum, the Vatican, or the Smithsonian, never to be seen again. Because that fucks up the theory of evolution. Darwinism, Darwinism is the polar opposite of creation. Something created us. Darwin means we used to be a blob of dirt, then we started wiggling around, and now we're people. We used to be monkeys. No missing link. And there would actually have to be 30 missing links, not just one. And all 30 of them are missing. But the reason they hide the giants, and like I said, Abraham Lincoln gave in one of his presentations, one of his press conferences, he explained it. It was common knowledge back in the 1800s when we first started settling this country. People were digging the stuff up left and right. This is huge. I'd have to say it's maybe 3 football fields. It's huge. Absolutely huge. They built this for a reason, and it's best appreciated from an airplane, from an aerial view. Which Indians, giants, fucking midgets, doesn't matter. They couldn't see from the sky. Yet they somehow lined it up perfectly. Wicked out of breath. My lungs are junk. Alright, YouTube. I might hit you up later, I don't know. My time is short.